Do you ever feel like you're running a marathon inside your head while your body just sits still? That's the INFJ mind, a powerful supercomputer always on the verge of overheating. We look calm on the outside, nodding thoughtfully in conversations, but inside, we're drowning in data. Every emotion in the room, every subtle shift in energy, every pattern we can't help but notice, it all floods in at once. Here's what most people don't understand about INFJ calm. It's not about shutting down the mental activity or finding some zen-like emptiness. That's extrovert thinking. For us, true calm comes from finding the right kind of stimulation, the precise psychological conditions that align with how our minds actually work. Today, I'm sharing the 10 specific psychological triggers that create instant inner peace for INFJs. And understanding these could transform how you approach your own well-being. Before we start, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our weekly deep dives into the world of personality types. And if you are looking to achieve a deeper understanding of yourself and your personality type, click the link in the comments to take our favorite free personality test. The science behind INFJ Calm. The INFJ cognitive stack creates a unique blueprint for what generates calm versus chaos in our minds. Our dominant function, introverted intuition, craves pattern recognition and future-focused insights. Our auxiliary extroverted feeling seeks authentic emotional connection and harmony. Our tertiary introverted thinking demands logical analysis and systematic understanding. And our inferior extroverted sensing, when properly engaged, provides grounding through carefully chosen sensory experiences. Most extroverted types find energy and calm through external stimulation, social interaction, and active engagement with their environment. But INFJs operate on a completely different system. We need cognitive alignment, where our mental processes can flow naturally without fighting against external demands or internal conflicts. The triggers I'm about to share fall into 4 distinct categories, each corresponding to one of our cognitive functions. When these triggers activate, they create a cascade of neurological harmony that manifests as deep, lasting calm. This isn't temporary relaxation. It's the feeling of your entire system working precisely as it was designed to work. The first trigger is having your intuitive hunches confirmed by later events. Picture this scenario. 3 months ago, you had a gut feeling about a situation at work. Something felt off about a new project, even though everyone else seemed optimistic. You couldn't articulate precisely why, but your intuition was screaming warnings. Then, last week, the project fell apart for precisely the reasons you sensed but couldn't explain. That moment of validation, that's pure psychological gold for an INFJ. Your dominant introverted intuition function thrives on this confirmation that your pattern recognition system is functioning correctly. The second trigger involves discovering underlying patterns in seemingly random situations. Imagine you're scrolling through news articles and suddenly notice connections that others miss. 3 different stories about technology, politics, and social trends suddenly reveal a larger pattern about how society is shifting. Your mind lights up as these disparate pieces click into place, forming a coherent picture of what's really happening beneath the surface. This isn't coincidence detection, it's your brain doing what it does best, finding the hidden architecture that connects everything. The third trigger is engaging with complex systems that reward deep thinking. This could be diving into a philosophical framework that explains human behavior, learning about the intricate relationships in an ecosystem, or studying how historical events connect across centuries. Picture yourself spending hours researching how ancient trade routes influence modern political boundaries, following threads of causation across time and geography. Your introverted thinking function supports your introverted intuition here, providing the analytical framework to organize these insights systematically. What makes these first 3 triggers so powerful is how they validate your dominant cognitive function. Introverted intuition is often misunderstood or dismissed by others because it operates below conscious awareness, processing information in ways that seem mysterious even to you. When external reality confirms your intuitive insights, when patterns reveal themselves, when complex systems yield their secrets to your persistent analysis, you experience profound calm because your mind is operating in its natural element. The visualization cue for these triggers is simple. Imagine your thoughts as puzzle pieces that have been scattered and chaotic, suddenly clicking into perfect alignment. The mental noise quiets, replaced by the satisfying sensation of understanding. This is your introverted intuition function in flow state, and it's one of the most reliable paths to inner peace for any INFJ. The fourth trigger is being truly understood without having to explain yourself. Picture this moment. You're sitting with someone who notices the subtle shift in your energy before you even realize it yourself. They don't bombard you with questions or try to fix anything. Instead, they simply say, "You seem like you're processing something heavy. I'm here if you want to talk, or we can just sit quietly." That recognition, that intuitive understanding of your internal state without having to perform or explain, creates an immediate sense of safety and calm. Your extroverted feeling function craves this authentic recognition because it spends so much energy reading and responding to others' emotional states. When someone demonstrates that same attunement toward you, it's like finally being able to exhale after holding your breath. You're not performing emotional labor or translating your complex inner world into digestible explanations. You're simply being seen and accepted as you are. The fifth trigger involves witnessing genuine emotional breakthroughs in others. This might seem counterintuitive, but INFJs often find profound calm in moments when they help someone else reach deeper self-understanding. Picture yourself listening as a friend finally articulates a pattern they've been struggling with for years. You watch their face change as the pieces click into place, as they move from confusion to clarity. In that moment, your extroverted feeling function experiences deep satisfaction because it's fulfilling its core purpose, facilitating authentic human connection and growth. This isn't about being needed or playing savior. It's about your extroverted feeling function operating in its natural flow state. When you witness someone's authentic emotional breakthrough, especially one you've helped facilitate through careful listening and insight, your entire nervous system settles into calm satisfaction. You've created space for genuine human transformation, and that alignment with your core values generates lasting inner peace. The sixth trigger is participating in conversations that explore universal human truths. Imagine sitting around a table at 2 in the morning, discussing questions that matter. Why do we create art? What drives people to sacrifice for others? And how do we find meaning in suffering? These aren't abstract philosophical debates, but genuine explorations of what it means to be human. Your extroverted feeling function comes alive in these moments because it's connecting with others around shared existential questions. The visualization for these connection-based triggers feels like you're finally speaking your native language after years of translation. The mental exhaustion that comes from surface-level social interaction dissolves, replaced by the energizing flow of authentic human connection. Your extroverted feeling function stops working overtime to maintain social harmony and instead gets to engage in its highest expression, creating space for profound emotional truth and mutual understanding. The seventh trigger involves solving complex problems through logical analysis. Picture yourself working through a challenging puzzle, whether it's debugging a complicated system at work, untangling a family conflict, or figuring out the most efficient way to organize your living space. Your introverted thinking function engages fully, breaking down the problem into parts, testing different approaches, and eliminating variables until you find the elegant solution. That moment when everything clicks into logical order creates immediate calm because your tertiary function is operating in perfect harmony with your dominant introverted intuition. The eighth trigger is experiencing perfect sensory environments. This is where your inferior extroverted sensing function contributes to calm when properly engaged. Picture yourself in a space where every sensory element feels exactly right. Maybe it's a quiet coffee shop with warm lighting and soft jazz, or a hiking trail where the temperature, lighting, and natural sounds create perfect harmony. Your extroverted sensing function isn't overstimulated or understimulated, but perfectly calibrated to support your inner processing. The ninth trigger involves creating order from chaos in your physical or mental space. This could be finally organizing that cluttered room, clearing out digital files that have been bothering you for months, or taking scattered thoughts and organizing them into a coherent system. Picture the satisfaction of transforming a messy, overwhelming environment into something clean, organized, and functional. Your introverted thinking function provides the systematic approach, while your extroverted sensing function appreciates the improved sensory experience. The 10th and most powerful trigger is engaging in activities that integrate all four cognitive functions simultaneously. This might be writing a complex piece that requires intuitive insights, emotional intelligence, logical structure, and attention to sensory details, or having a conversation where you're using pattern recognition, emotional attunement, analytical thinking, and present moment awareness all at once. Picture yourself in flow state during your most meaningful work, where every aspect of your cognitive system is engaged and working in perfect harmony. Your inferior extroverted sensing function, often seen as a source of stress for INFJs, actually contributes significantly to calm when it's properly integrated rather than ignored or overwhelmed. The key is engaging it intentionally and gently as a supporting player rather than forcing it to take center stage. Here's the pattern that connects all 10 triggers. They create calm through cognitive function alignment rather than external circumstances. Traditional relaxation methods often fail INFJs because they assume calm comes from reducing stimulation. Still, we actually need the right kind of stimulation, the kind that allows our natural cognitive processes to flow without resistance. The practical application is learning to recognize when your system is craving one of these specific types of alignment. Are you feeling scattered and need pattern recognition? Seek out complex systems to analyze. Feeling emotionally drained, look for opportunities for authentic connection. Feeling mentally foggy, engage your introverted thinking function with logical problem solving. Your personal trigger hierarchy might differ from what I've described. Some INFJs find their strongest calm through sensory harmony, others through analytical clarity. The key is identifying which triggers consistently work for you and creating regular opportunities to experience them. This isn't self-indulgence, it's psychological maintenance, ensuring your cognitive system operates at its natural frequency rather than fighting against external demands that don't match your internal architecture. If you want to continue the journey to understanding yourself or an INFJ in your life, click either of the following videos, where we continue to unlock the secrets of the INFJ personality type.